Warning: the following reading contains language and explicit content that may not be suitable for younger listeners or even work safety. Listener's discretion is advised. Face the Strange, a fanfiction by Dallas Philpott. Chapter 2. Dally sat in the common room or Ravenpaw, sketching a picture of Hiei and thinking of his kiss. Suddenly, Ze looks up at the fire in front of her, and a face appeared. The fire turned blue like water, but it was fire, and the eyes wee yellow. "Hello," said the fire. "Mom?" asked Dally. Just then, Mystique came out of the fire. She was naked, but she didn't have any nipples. "Now that you are wizard, I can give you my powers," said Mystique. She handed me an orb, and suddenly the room turned colors. "Ah!" screamed Della. She was in a lot of pain and suffrage. Then Mystique disappeared, leaving Dally with a belt with an X on it. She was now a mutant. Dally could feel a new rush hour of power in her organs. She tried it out and turned into a bat. "Well, I could already do that because I'm a vampire, LOL, she thought to herself. So then, she tried it out again and turned into a demon chaos chow. A little spiky ball was above her head. "Oh my f***ing Christ," she said. "I can turn into whatever I want with Mystique's powers." She pulled out her BlackBerry and texted Hiei. "Hiei, I'm a chow." He came right over. She turned back, though, because it would be creepy if they kissed, and he said it was really cool. He wanted the powers too, so he asked the fire, "Can you give me those powers too?" "No," Mystique showered. "You are not my doubter, and therefore I cannot pass the powers on to you. However, if you get married, you will be my son, so we can do it." "You know what this means," Hiei said. "If we get married, I can have the powers." But suddenly, Dally began to think of the other guys in her life. There was Edward. He had Bella, but he said something out liking her on the trolley. And there was Shadow, who looked at her like, "I like you." She loved Hiei, but she liked the others. "I don't think so. I have cold toes," said Dally, and she ran away crying. "No, you can't leave me here at the altar," shouted Hiei in upset. "Ha ha ha," laughed Mystique. "You will never fucking get the Powiers." And then she disappeared, and so did Hiei, cause he's not supposed to be in Ravencowl's dorm. LOL, what the fuck was he thinking? Dally wept quietly to herself when all of a sudden a blonde walked out of his class and approached her. "What's wrong, Dally?" he asked. "Who are you?" I asked. "Oh, my name is Draco Malfoy," he said. "Are you okay?" Dally looked into Drake's eyes and saw that he cared. He was full of compassion, like a snake. The boy held out a hand and pulled Dally up. "Do you want me to walk you to your class?" he asked. "I would love that," Dally said, battering her ashes. They began to walk down the hallway together, when a blast came out before them. It was Edward. "Dally!" he shouted. "What are you doing with all these boys?" Edward, it's really none of your business. Now let us go to the Great Hall," she snipped. "It is dangerosu!" He began to raise his voice. Just then, Draco pulled out his wand, and him and the vampire got into a big fight. But Dumbledore came and broke it up. "That's it!" he shouted. "You boys will come have a talk with me in my office." And they left. So Dally had to go to the Great Hall by herself. But then Shadow came and joined her. "What's a pretty girl like you doing all be yourself in the Great Depression all alone?" he asked her. "Well, Hiei is being an asshole," she said, and cried again. Shadow put his paw on her leg and massaged her, caressing. "It's okay," he said. "It's okay." Meanwhile, Hiei was updates punishing Walls angrily. "Why did I hurt her?" he asked himself, and then thought of a soluble. I will win her back, he said. Meanwhile, Edward and Draco were upstairs in Dumbledore's house. They were sitting on his bed, 'cause he said they were out of cars.
Beep beep.
What do you think your punishment should be? Dumbledore asked, passing around. He was wearing a black t-shirt and and ripped Hollister jeans that showed off his muscles. Edward gurred. His senses were tingling that something was not wrong. Suddenly, Dumbledore put his hands on both their legs and said, I can think of something. Oh my God, you f***! Draco screamed. He tried to run, but he could not.